Good afternoon again. So now we're going to talk about the UV sterilization or UV disinfection, and we can utilize that one in purifying the water before or after the reverse osmosis system, or before or after any water treatment process. Could be filtration, could be softening, could be bottling, it could be, so it depends on the application. So again, like the UV, it's an ultraviolet sterilization. The way how it works is very simple. We know that the cell, which is for any viruses or bacteria, like this is the cell, something like this. There is like the center of the cell, which is the DNA. The DNA, which is the acid which is responsible for the reproduction of the cell itself. Now, the UV itself, what it does is at a certain intensity, it hits the center of that cell and scatters it, makes it different pieces. So when it damages or scatters that cell, so it becomes different pieces like this, small pieces like this, small pieces like this, small pieces like this, and that's what we call the pyrogen, like what we explained earlier, which is the dead bacteria. Now, up to a certain limit, like if it's a little bit of traces or whatever, it doesn't harm if you drink water that has low TDS and good in everywhere else, except like little traces of dead bacteria. It's not going to harm you if you swallow it. Now, the problem if you want to use this water for like critical applications, pharmaceutical applications, hemodialysis or whatever, there are like very strange and like standards you need to follow because it's going to have side effects. It's going to maybe harm some people when they use this water. Now, there are ways after you disinfect the water with the UV. We'll talk about how to remove this dead bacteria. Let's talk a little bit about the applications of UV sterilization. I want to just show you, like usually any UV, how it looks like. The UV chamber is like something like this, that has a stainless steel chamber with a controller. The UV is like has an inlet and has an outlet. Those are the main. I'm going to talk about the main components of the UV. It has the stainless steel cylinder, which is has inlet and outlet, so it passes the water through that. And there is a sleeve, quartz sleeve, glass, and the UV light goes inside. You don't want the water to be touching the light directly. So now the water goes around the sleeve. The sleeve is quartz, so it's clear, so that the UV intensity of the light, of course, penetrates through the water and kills any viruses or microorganism or bacteria. The rejection of the killing ratio is about 99.9%, which is super good for a lot of different applications. Now, the UV can be used in a lot of different things. It can be used for like drinking water, can be used for sterilizing like milk, juices, wastewater. So it depends on how strong is the intensity. So the more turbid the water, which is like how much that light can penetrate, like it's easier for the UV to disinfect. Now maybe we have to go for higher intensity if the water is becoming more turbid or whatever. That's why, like in regular applications for water, we always recommend a 5 micron filtration, because you don't want to do like to have the UV to sterilize the water where there is no transmission, like you can't pass the light through the water. So you want to clean it so the water is clear and like somewhere like 5 NTU. Now, why? Because like what we said, the light's gonna penetrate with the water and gets to that virus and bacteria. And the second thing, for future maintenance, can you imagine that the water has like high NTU or high turbidity? The quartz sleeve inside is going to be turbid slowly. Then after that, the UV intensity is not going to penetrate through the water, so it's going to be used as motorless. The UV lamp or the UV light itself, the bulb itself, usually most of the UV lights manufacturer or the lamp itself, they estimate those to have a lifetime of 1 year, which is about 9,000 hours every year. So in the control of the UV, there is like an indicator that either counts how many hours that the UV work and gives you a warning like when it approaches 1 year, or it measures the intensity of the UV. When the intensity goes bad, it gives you a warning that it's time to change the UV. It's very easy to change the UV because you don't have to do any plumbing disconnect or whatever. It's so easy at the end. There's like some caps. You take them out and you just pull the lamp and you have the pin again to be connected. Because remember what we explained before, that the UV has the core sleeve first, then the light is inside. Now the control of the UV, like what we said, like the main components of any UV would have the controller. With the commercial, it might not have the monitoring mechanism like the intensity and the timer, because in the industry, most of the people, like when it comes to residential or commercial, they would look for less expensive UV. And so it would have the controller, it would have the chamber itself, it would have the sleeve, and it would have the UV lamp itself. I would always recommend that whenever you decide you want to buy a UV, you should start one spare lamp. Just keep it, I mean, it doesn't go bad even if it stays 2-3 years. So you keep it like in stock and you use it whenever you need it. It's a good idea always to visually inspect, like indirectly, to make sure that the UV is working. You want to avoid that looking at the UV light direct with your eyes because it's not good. So that's all what it is about the UV. Thank you.